That looks like the last one in our park. Let's see if the door is locked. Let's have a look around. Interesting. I expected to see signs of a struggle, but everything seems in order. His crossbow is even resting by the door. You know, I've seen this thing put down an ice giant. In the many years I worked with John, I don't remember ever not seeing this by his side. And look here. 2 cups on the table. 2 cups for a man who lives alone. What was he drinking? Now that is a curious odour.
Hello and welcome to the LARP News podcast. My name's Dave. I'm joined as always by Ian.
Hello.
And we're here to wish you a Merry Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Winter Solstice or Diwali or Chinese New Year or whatever other holiday that you
Merry festive period.
Yeah, and if you're an atheist or an agnostic, then happy December, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful time. Yeah, we just thought we did a Christmas special last year, and we thought we'd keep the tradition going. So it's going to be slightly different this time, isn't it, Ian?
Yeah, well, we thought you've heard a lot from us, probably far too much from us. So we thought it might be quite fun to introduce you and give you the chance to hear from the other people who go to LARP with us, the other Ashborn.
The other Ashborn, our cohorts in the Great Empire struggle.
Each of whom is probably far more interesting than us, to be honest. And they've each got their own stories to tell about LARP, as do all LARPers. So it's always interesting to hear from them, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's nice that they're going to have an opportunity. So you're going to hear from them in a minute. But first, we've got some kind of Christmassy news. We're doing if you want to win a open ticket to Empire, then you can go to our Facebook group, and there's a pinned comment there. All you need to do is write a comment on that, whatever you want to say, and you'll be up in for a draw, which we'll be doing on the 23rd, and we're going to be doing of December. And we're going to be doing a giveaway there. You don't need to watch the stream to win. You just need to write the comment, and we'll message you if you win, basically. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's nice because it actually coincides with something that Empire have recently done, which is to allow you to essentially make something like this happen, which is to sort of buy a ticket that can be used in the future.
Yeah, I think it's like a really cool idea. Also, it's helping out PD with, obviously, because of the lack of revenue this year. So that's quite nice to be able to buy a few tickets in advance, which is also a double win for kind of buying a ticket and giving it away, basically. So that's really fun. I had a message from a French gentleman on the Facebook group who wasn't sure whether he would want to win the ticket because he doesn't know whether he can attend. I would say, from what I understand, and I emailed PD about this, but I haven't heard back, I think the open ticket lasts a while, right? Yeah. So I would say if you do live in a different country, wherever that may be, and you have an aspiration to come to Empire, then definitely just put a comment on, give yourself something to work towards. I think that'll be really, so don't feel left out if you are going to struggle to get to Empire in the next however long. I mean, we don't even know when Empire is going to be on again, really. So,
well, exactly. And I think ultimately the ticket side of things will be handled by PD, but you'll have the opportunity to win this, and then any kind of further discussions that with regards to usability of it in the future
that's
are best handled through them.
Yeah, it's very good lawyering by you there, Ian. All terms and conditions are for PD. Again, don't blame us for anything. If anything goes south on this,
it's a potentially free thing. So
yeah, it's like and it'll be fun. Like I like the idea of anyone winning it. Really, that includes the podcast. So cool. Are we done with news?
Yeah, right. I think that they should probably hear from more interesting people than us, Dave.
Yeah. It's you'll be hearing from Bungle, who does who's the narrator in the intros and outros. You'll be hearing from Good Dave, who is notorious, as well as the notorious Lloyd. So they're a really good bunch. We hope you enjoyed the episode, and we hope you have a really fantastic Christmas and New Year, and hopefully we'll see you at some point next year.
Hello, welcome to the... Oh, fucking hell, it's LARP Noobs. I was about to call it Noobs at LARP like I do in the intros. Welcome to the LARP Noobs podcast. You're probably wondering what's going on. I'm Bungle, so one of the Ashborn. We're doing a Christmas special, inverted commas, holiday season special, I'd probably prefer to call it, or the time when I get to have time off work and the company pay for it and I don't have to book it, of special. So yeah. We've also got the other two members of the Ashborn. If you want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Lloydie.
And I am the one known as Good Dave. Your opinion of me may change after this.
Cool. Right, yeah, so we're the remaining three Ashborn.
And important ones.
The best.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know about the best. I mean,
wow.
I wouldn't even say the longest living. Me and Ian are the longest living characters of Ashborn, both surviving from the first visit. Whereas, well, everyone else has died at least once.
Too soon. That hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
So, what got you in? I'm guessing, Lloyd, you're the same as me, and it's Ian.
Yeah, you could say that. I got trapped in a car with Ian. We were going to EGX, and he'd just been to E4 that year, and he talked for the whole journey. So it was to Birmingham, so it's like a 2-hour drive or something from Cambridge, and the whole way he was talking, and the whole way back he was talking all about the fun he'd been having at LARP. So after that, I was like, well, that actually sounds like a lot of fun, and I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. Yeah, so it's Ian, of course.
Yeah, I mean, my story is very similar, except for obviously I went to the first E1 with Dave and Ian, and how I got into that was I was over at one of our mutual friends, Nero's, with Ian, and he was saying about the tabletop videos he'd been watching. That was Tabletop Weekly, I think, with Mark Holmes or Humes. I don't know. Yeah, and he was just chatting to us about that, and I just started looking at various things about to do a LARP, and caught sight of some of the weapons, and that's what was like, boom, it's a space for one more. So I sort of tagged along.
What was the weapons that sold you?
It wasn't just the weapons, it was like, obviously the way he was talking about it was very similar to you being trapped in a car with him. I was over at a friend's house with him, and he was doing the same sort of thing there. So yeah, it was that almost like a Stockholm Syndrome, where he's gone about it so much, like, it sounds actually pretty good, read about the rules, read about the nations, and within half an hour I was like, yeah, if there's space I would like to come too.
Oh, awesome.
How about you, Good Dave?
Well, I don't know if you know, but I'm kind of the reason we're all in Navarre.
I was straight Navarre as soon as I read the thing as well. Because you were supposed to come to E1 with us, weren't you?
It was. Me and Dave used to work together down in Milton Keynes, and long, boring nights we'd look up Empire. But the reason I didn't make E1 was my son was born.
Yes.
So and his birthday is pretty much E1 every year. So yeah, that's why I didn't make it until E4.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave him, but yeah, it was just Dave bored at work looking up Empire and thought, yeah, this looks really cool. We'll give it a go. And then I couldn't come for a year.
Yeah.
Once you guys just died.
Well, we all now know what that feels like. Obviously, with the lockdown we've had, it's like everyone's like, I wonder if LARP's going to happen in September. I really hope it'll happen in September. In February, it's like, yeah, it's not going to happen. And I really would love E1 to happen, but I don't think we're going to be at that stage.
No, I'm not optimistic, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'd love for it to be, but if it's not safe, it's not safe. So
no, exactly.
All right,
it's a shame.
So, yeah, that's the little downer moment after us
talking
about how awesome it is. I mean, when you first went, what were you expecting? I mean, obviously Lloyd, you had the talking to from Ian after he had been, so you had a rough idea what to expect. Obviously, both me and Dave were going in from reading about the nations and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, did you have any sort of like what things were going to be when you turned up, and were you right or were you wrong? I mean, I'd earlier in my life, I'd thought LARPing's a bit too nerdy for me. I mean, yeah, I'll play D&D, I'll play like tabletop games, but dressing up and running around in a field for a weekend, pretending I'm someone I'm not, it's a bit too much. And then I went and absolutely loved it. Loved my character, loved wandering around and being that person rather than just bog standard old IT guy from down the road.
Yeah.
So yeah,
so it's a revelation, isn't it? Like modern media and stuff kind of shits on nerdy hobbies like this a lot. And you see these. I mean, or maybe 20 years ago, you see a clip of some people LARPing, and it's like some guy in a field going magic missile, and it's like they're trying to shit on this thing, but when you go and it's actually just this really welcoming community of people just enjoying doing something that's all in. Like you go there, you're not you for a weekend, and it's like everyone is completely allowing of that. It's not at all what you expect. It's very welcoming environment, I found.
It's such a big place, it feels almost really small. Everyone's just there for the same reason, just wants to have a good time and what they want to do, really.
Yeah.
No, I love it. It's definitely not what I expected. Not at all. And definitely being in the VAR, in the forest, really helped you immerse into it a lot more.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's what I find anyway.
Obviously, with the size of the Navarre Nation, there's obviously people who don't camp in the woods as well, which is all... is in camp where you want to camp or where you can camp, and we were lucky to get a spot in the woods. Especially like now it's getting even more full when they're opening that second bit in the woods. But it just adds to that whole, you are the forest elves of this nation. You are the tree hugging druid hippies who aren't druid hippies and don't worship multiple gods.
It doesn't feel like that, does it? I mean, part of the Navarre brief as well, don't worship trees. You're not that kind of nerd. No,
but it's you live in the woods, or you live on the road, which in an ancient, or even medieval setting would majority be woodland.
Yeah.
So it sort of fits that sort of the feel that I want. I mean, I love just getting lost in woods for hours on a day. So being part of a nation that is not getting lost in them, but that is what you do, is you're just wandering around woods all day. It was like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool to me, because I am a tree-hugging hippie.
Yeah, man, that is definitely calls to you.
Yeah. I think it also helped, I know you're in the same boat as me with this, good Dave, is both have natural dreadlocks.
Yeah.
So we're not wearing, when you see us both, we're not wearing dread wigs. I know he's got the right hair for dreadlocks, so his looks like real dreadlocks. Mine look like scrappy pieces of shit I've glued to my head. No, it's my real hair.
Don't tell the wife, but I actually started growing my dreadlocks for LARP, because I thought it would be a lot cooler to have dreads at LARP, so that's why I started growing them.
Yeah, it's the only issue with it is when you're in battle and you go down. If you land in a puddle or you land in some mud, you're going to have a fun weekend getting that out.
Washing dreads is not fun.
No stuff.
And yours are long and beautiful.
I know I bought pretty much everything I had up. I bought. I haven't made any kit. I really need to get onto it. I've got loads of material to do it with, but just A, finding the time, and B, knowing what I actually want to do is a bit of a problem. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I mean, were you kit buyers, made kit, both? So,
my armor, we had the same as you and me, so mine was bought as well.
Yeah, we matched on our first lot, and I traded my armor with Robert for some chainmail, which was
you've upgraded.
I got chainmail and also the massive hammer that is sitting behind me in this room. So,
that beautiful hammer.
I absolutely love that hammer.
Yeah. And so, most of mine. I made a really cool, nice, warm cloak, but that's about as far as my
it's awesome.
Gear gone.
It's got the Ashborn logo on as well and everything.
Yeah. You've made a fair bit, haven't you, Lloyd?
I've tried my hand. I've only made the armor. I mean, before that, I basically borrowed loads of Ian's old kit. I was knockoff Ian for my first event, but after that, I made my well, it's lamellar style armor, but it's pretty weak. I mean, I do recognize that. I want to improve it and stuff. I want to work more on my armor, but it's I'm still pretty proud of my thing. I mean, it kind of looks like a metal grate on the floor that you just wear on my chest. But it's like, I made that myself, and I've never made anything like that before. I wasn't a very practical person at school.
Yeah.
Definitely not in my skill set. So to make anything at all was pretty satisfying.
Yeah, man, no, it's good.
Yeah, so you've obviously got the plan of possibly, furthering your armor and whatnot. I mean, have you got any crafting plans in the future, Dave, or are you...
Would love to. I would love to make my own armor, but like you say, I've got the stuff set out doing it, but I just haven't got the time or the drive
Yeah.
to sit down and do it.
It's like, let's say I've got a ton of like leather clothes that I've bought from a charity shop. I've got about 7 or 8 tanned rabbit fur, which I picked up from a butcher's.
Oh, nice. What's the plan you going to make? You got anything specific in mind to make with that?
I'm really, really tempted to basically make like a war skirt.
Yeah, top of my list as well.
Because another thing I want to do is, obviously with that chainmail, I want to take the sleeves down to make it a short-sleeved chain. Because I've got metal braces already that I can wear. So I'll have those on the forearm. And then have chain that'll also work into the war skirt made of like leather and fur.
Yes, I'm loving it.
Yeah, so that's what's going on in my head. But it's like, if and when I can actually pull my finger out and do it, is a whole other kettle of fish.
Yeah, I find it really tough to sit down and craft anything. It's super daunting just because everything, like you can't craft like by itself. You have to have YouTube videos open, multiple YouTube videos telling you what to do and how to put stuff together. And yeah, it's a process. It's daunting.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man. So yeah.
But yeah, big plans. I mean, I've got a list of things I would like to make. Well, not an actual list, but it's like, it just when you're out LARP and you see all these people wearing all this quality gear.
Yeah.
Like, well, I can't make shit that good. So, not that matters so much.
Yeah, I have kit envious. Pretty much everyone I come across at Empire, just like, I just look like a tramp here.
Right.
I've got the tramp beard. I'm dressed like a tramp. I'm basically, I am the Empire tramp wandering around. Is how I feel sometimes looking at like the costumes. Well, the outfits that his characters are wearing. Some of them are just so spectacular. It's just like, and you're walking in a muddy field in that.
Yeah, right.
That you should be like in some like ball gowning in like a fucking proper dance hall or whatever, or a proper ball gown ball or whatever.
Some of the league outfits are amazing.
Yeah.
Like, how are you even standing up in that? All this mud.
Or even like with battles, the clank of dawn and high guard.
Yeah.
Like
amazing.
The sheer work, because obviously they've all got they're like metal armor, but then they've all got painted armor, a lot of them as well, and it's like
you got to think about the upkeep on
the upkeep,
like,
the design. You go into battle. There's the high guards guys who are in pretty much their armor's completely like coloured white, I think, and it's just like, oh god, you're gonna have to clean that so well when you get home. But
yeah, it's nothing about leather.
You saw Ian painted his greaves, right? Was it his greaves or? I don't know. He spray painted them green and stuff. It's like even after the first event, he wore them. After that, they would like the paint's a bit chipped and stuff, and it looks good for the aesthetic for Navarre.
Yeah, but for like if you're a Dornish noble, that armor has to be pristine every time you come.
But our weapons do look awesome, thanks to Rob.
Yeah, like I say, that massive hammer, that's my monstering hammer, isn't it? So Obviously, that's the only time that thing comes out, but that's one of Rob's creations. And
He's got beer for me right now. I'm dying to get my hands on.
Oh, is that the one he posted up on the Navarre group?
Maybe.
Oh, that's a very tasty looking spear, my friend.
I'm dying to get my hands on it.
Going to be the proper, true shield and spear Navarre warrior.
Well, gotta be now, innit? We're old Ashborn, not the Ashborn, sorry. Twine Pass is taking off. We've got to represent.
Yeah, man. Whereas you got me in my chainmail, dual wielding a hammer and a sword.
Yeah,
the shield breaker, which is great against Jotun shield walls. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, because you've got the enchantment on, haven't you?
Yeah, I got the the wonderful crafting of our group's artisan.
Oh, he sounds like a wonderful person.
He is a wonderful person for the mere cost of the materials, which was a fun adventure in itself. Getting to get the materials to do that, going around all the different nations with just like bank of coin in my in my belt, and it's just like, did it. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for this amount of it. What's the price you'll do for that much?
I actually enjoyed doing that because it was the first time I've gone around the nations reasonably sober.
Yeah, and actually getting some proper RP rather than I'm drunk but I'm still RPing. But
yeah, no, it was good. I enjoyed that.
I'm amazed at how I'll continue to RP. Even the amount that we'll get drunk in a night. It's redonkulous.
I think we're RPing. We're not 100% when we get that drunk.
Oh no! It's all still in character. All still in character, darling.
We're just role playing being that drunk.
Yeah, I'm just drinking fizzy water.
Oh yeah.
I wish. I'd have less of a headache the next day usually.
Oh yeah, it's brutal. Some of the hangovers.
Oh man. So yeah, talking about the great times of getting drunk. Favorite moments at LARP. What's the best moment you've had so far? Obviously, if it is any current ongoing plot, either edit or don't mention.
Favorite time at LARP.
It's probably when we assassinated the Empress, wasn't it? That was the high moment.
Wow.
Shit. Oh god. Oh no. Sorry, Secrets Out lads. No, I think for me the
obviously that is complete fiction. She overdosed on Lao.
Sure she did. But no, my first event was E1 2019, or is that right? Yeah, so E1 2019, and I wasn't having a great time. The weather was pretty dismal.
Yeah.
But there was a particular moment. I think me and Yubung, we got this flavored vodka that David made, and we were going out to sell it for him, and Ian or Talis he'd gone to a skirmish the whole thing was out to fight a herald, and it was just after this battle had happened, and we came across it was an Avarcha. I think her name's Kaylee, and I was just talking to Bungo saying talking about how Ian's going on this skirmish, and I mentioned Talis out loud, and then Kaylee was there and said, yeah, just appeared out of nowhere, almost like, oh yeah, Talis slayed a herald. And it's like, wow, okay.
I thought this was going this way.
It's just amazing. Like, so out of nowhere, there's like games going on. Like, Ian's character had slayed a herald. Like, it was just. I mean, you probably heard the story of the hero of Briceliand. They've talked about it somewhat, I think. And Talis had, from a great distance, shot an impaling arrow and killed the herald. And we found out about this in the middle of the field while we were out selling wares for Dave. Well, for who was he at the time? He's Gel now. What was it? What was it before?
I think that was that when he was Gel. Or was that
it may have been.
No, it was one before.
What was his first character called? Oh god, I'm a bad friend.
Ifan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like all of a sudden there's community and game and stuff, and it was like, wow, it's all happening. And I was kind of like in a daze before that. It's like, wow, I'm not really getting into it. I don't really understand what's going on. And then it's like it is going on. It's going on all around you all the time. It's like, okay, that's a really cool feeling.
Yeah,
That was
it's
probably my high moment.
awesome. And the hero of
turning
Brilliant.
point.
Hero of
Yeah.
Brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Never
great
had
moment. Man.
What about you, Barn? What was your favourite moment?
I'm trying to think. I mean, there's been a couple of moments that I've absolutely loved for the reaction they've invoked in me. One of them would be while monstering. I think this was in the last battle we did. I think we don't know if we were Jotun. I think. Yeah, I think we'd have been Jotun at the time. Anyway, and basically we were battling against I think the Imperial Orc were on the opposite army, obviously fighting us barbarians. And I'm looking for a healer behind the line. All of a sudden I get grabbed on the chainmail and turned, see an orc looking at me, initially thinking, oh brilliant, I'm about to get healed, and then all of a sudden it's like bump, bump, bumping on my chest. Like, not hard, just like a light tap on the chest. Then I sort of look down and realise he's holding a soft core throwing dagger, so it's like you could like a stab safe scalpel basically, and he's just like shanking me there and then, just holding on to me, bam, 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 bam. And so it's like, oh, I'm gonna have fun with this, and literally just like start doing the proper convulsions with each hit, and then when he like stops, it's just like drop to the knees, and then obviously he does the execute, and it's just like bam, fall flat on the ground. And it was like that moment for me was just like, this is like when you're barbarians, it's fun. You're a throwaway character. You can go for death. You're there to give them a great time as well. Yeah, you're not. You are there to kill them. You're playing that character at that time. But if you can go the extra mile with a kill, like when you're getting killed, it can make the other person's day. Yeah. And like literally, as soon as this had finished, him and another couple of Imperial Orcs had taken out a couple of guys, and it was like he grabbed me by the wrist, and it was just like a proper handshake, pat on the back. That was fucking amazing. Thank you very much. It's like, yeah, that was a great moment that I had. Was that moment again, like having fun and giving someone else that enjoyment of that game. It's like knowing that he's going to go back with the similar sort of memory, but being on the opposing end of like stabbing someone in the chest multiple times and then executing them there on the field.
That was cool one.
It was so good. Another one would have to be being at, this is again one Dave has mentioned on the podcast previously, is I was standing next to Dave when Sparrow told the story of Ifan. And being there with Dave and seeing again the emotion that brought in me and the emotion it brought in Dave was so beautiful. Again, it was just like the moment of RP and realising how much is going on around you and how much the people around us are known by well, like I'm a probably not very well known person around the Navarre camp. People will probably recognise me but not know my name. But to have stories being told about like Ivan, who was obviously the leader of our striding, again was that amazing moment of RP. So yeah. How about you? Good, Dave.
I think the one that sticks out for me most was on my own, and so it was really weird actually being away from all of the Ashborn. Normally we go around in ones or twos or something, but I was on my own, and it was after one of the battles on Sunday, and some young Navarre I think it was graduated out of the academy, and were getting their tattoos done on the fire, and I can't remember what it's called now. It's been so long since I've been there, I can't remember what anything's called.
It's the standing circle, isn't it?
Yes, thank you. Around the standing. And we had the voice of the nation she was singing. Their tattoos were getting drawn on. And again, it was just the emotion. These young Navarre were so proud that they'd gone through it. And there was quite a lot of us there singing and cheering. And that was definitely one of the coolest
it is
RPs that I've done.
It is something else. When you're there for like when the nation gets together and all those things for like, especially someone joining the nation, like people when they join, like you say, the kids passing, like completing their stuff at the academy and therefore becoming an adult in the world of Navarre, taking the Binding of Thorns. Yeah, it's again, it just brings up that emotion. It's like I can't listen to Painted on SoundCloud because it just makes me long for being there so much. Like that song was also, again, someone was being welcomed into the nation when we were doing, well, Ifan's funeral service at our camp. So that song always is linked to that now for me, which makes it an even more beautiful song in the nation for me. It's crazy.
That was being sung, actually. Obviously, we are painted when they were doing it, and you're right. Every time I hear that now, at home or Empire, I do think of that.
Yeah.
That. And don't get me wrong, leading our forces in battle on the completely other end of the spectrum is awesome as well.
Oh man, yeah.
Does that.
Because it wasn't the last battle of E4. That was the first time when the Entwined Path stood as an entire force.
Entwined Path starting to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Known for being.
You guys stole a flag, didn't you? I wasn't.
Oh fuck yeah, we did, didn't we? We got an EMU banner. That was amazing.
Yeah, claimed that bad boy straight away.
Oh man, and I remember Clay wanting to take it from us. It's like, no, this is our flag, motherfucker.
Yeah. Ah. And that's the thing about this long dark now. Things like that. You're going to have to try and remember what happened. Get back into it.
I just think back then, why wasn't I there? And it's like, I was trying out the healer game. So I was with the heal blob. And I was super hungover, so I probably wouldn't have remembered very well anyway, had I been there. But it was, I missed out on something super epic. Yeah. And I'm sure there'll be more of that when it all kicks off again. The Entwined Paths, they're not going anywhere.
No.
Take some names.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's definitely some plans there was some plans in the mix. Hopefully they're still going to go ahead.
Oh yeah, well, as soon as it kicks back off, it'll be like, and time is unfrozen, we are back at where we were, and it's like, I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. I need to remember what I was doing
2
over
years
ago. Just like, nope, brain no worky that way, thanks. But,
I'm sure it'll be fine. Like the Entwined Paths has kind of appeared out of nowhere, right? Just a bunch of stridings. They just said, look, let's make movements together, right? Let's do some plot, and I think as soon as everyone's back in that crowd,
I think once we all get back together, I've got a feeling when we first see each other on that Thursday night, we're going to fall back into these are our best mates. We're going out having a few drinks, and as soon as we see everyone in their kit the following day, it's going to be like, boom, oh, it's you guys, and it'll be like your brain will just instantly click, going, I remembered it all. Screw you.
Yeah.
Oh man. So talking of favourite moments, you guys got worse moments you've had at LARP, like maybe your deaths. That's one I can't talk about because Keys is still on. Touch wood, is still going strong.
Rub it in.
Yeah. Come on. It's like me and Talis, we've got one thing in common, which is we've both survived everyone else.
Yeah.
Because Talis is so far at the back, though. Yours is amazing, but Talis is understandable. You just stand at the back, loosing single arrows and taking out heroes.
I have had close moments. The first skirmish I ever went on, we were escorting some Brass Coast people who were going to have a talk with some barbarians on a field, but they're in an area that had Valorn, so we were there to defend them against the Valorn. So we've gone through the gate. The Valorn are coming from the side of us. Bam, bam, bam. It turns out the people the Brass Coast were wanting to talk to were Jotun. What do Jotun hate in the Empire the most?
You!
The Navarre. And basically the Jotun look over their shoulder, see a huge bunch of Navarre standing there, and just charge round the Brass Coast and attack us in our flank. And it's like, boom, I am down. I am doing my count. I'm like, I am nearing the end of my... I think I had one level in Fortitude, possibly. So I had I think it was before I had that, so it was a 3-minute count. I'm getting to the end of that 3 minutes. I'm lying on my back in the middle of a soaking wet field, going, this is how my character dies. Seriously? And all of a sudden, boom, I get someone comes over to me, does the RP, gets me back up, onto my feet, gets me a few hit points, and I can continue with the skirmish. And it's like, right, I'm not being an idiot and foolish again. I'm not charging headlong into stuff, and I'm gonna make sure I'm covering my flank at all times. I'm very twitchy on the battlefield because of that moment.
Yeah.
I am constantly looking over all of my shoulders. It's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not letting that happen to me again.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
How about you guys? You guys?
How did I think I died on my first event. Was it my
Yeah,
second
you
or
were
my
the
second
first
event?
Ashborn death, weren't you?
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah,
we got
I
overrun by
was.
Valor, didn't we?
I got killed by a tree.
Oh
Then-
God, you were on that one where
By a
everyone just sort of
tree.
turned and ran. That one.
Yeah, and then I'm there stuck by a tree. So
But your brother got out, didn't he? Was that one? Or was that
Yeah,
before
he
your brother
died later
came?
that day, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
yeah, and then he died. And I died before he came. And then
Okay.
he died the next time when he came, and I almost died then. Pretty sure I'm only on my second character.
Yeah, I think you're on your second.
Yeah, same
I mean,
here.
I've had some close calls with this one. These trees seem to like trying to get me killed. Normally around some form of plant life and not the Valorn.
Well, it's because you look like the Lord Flashheart of Navarre with that wonderful waistcoat jacket thing you have. That looks so toasty and warm, but it's also like, yes, I am the leader of this country. it's like,
Come and challenge me if you dare.
I'm the dandy gentleman, sir. Take me on. They follow me. It just looks like that. Yes.
It does. It never ends well for me.
No.
Well, that is kind of the rule anyway, right? The thing that gets you killed is not about the battle. It's about the kit. It's the new kit curse.
Yeah.
That's how I went. I mean, I had my new armor, I had my new sword, and in the first, it was so brutal. The first 10 minutes of the big battle, and there was the enemy line just decided to push, and we weren't ready for it. And I was caught against a tree, and that's it. My character died, and it's really sad because like I was just getting into my character.
Oh, you just encountered the wisdom pamphlet.
Yeah, I was going all into the virtue of wisdom. I mean, it was total meme, but it was like it was me getting comfortable in his skin, my character's skin. It's like suddenly, bam, your sword, your armor, your wisdom, all gone. It's like, oh, should never have bought new kit. Oh, I even had my shield as well. I think.
Oh man,
again.
it's like I always
Robert,
worry going
shield.
onto the field. As soon as I've got something new, like I've got a new sword which I picked up earlier late last year, in fact, at LARPCon, and I'm dreading taking it to the field because that sword's going to get me killed.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
We'll
man.
die together with our new weapons.
Oh yeah, we'll all lie in the field next to each other, bleeding out, while Ian, the physic / archer, is running around shooting arrows with the Navarches,
Where to be seen to help us.
being that damned hero he is.
Yeah, right. I tell you, bows and arrows is just pay to win.
But it's,
Like a single arrow is as good as a hero point because it impales no matter where you hit, apart from on heavy armor and all that. But it's like
all the head.
you pay your £9 for your arrows, get like a 50 of them and go blasting away. You get 50 kills and you just paid £9 per kill. Pay and win, baby. Controversial viewpoint. I'm like,
You've also got to be able to shoot the bow and arrow as well, though.
oh, I guess. I guess he is pretty skillful with that bow. I give him that.
Exactly.
I hold nothing against archers, genuinely. But
Yeah, just don't get in front of their line next time we're at, on the field, because I got a feeling you might get a couple of hits in the back.
they bloody hurt. I mean, when we were monstering, I've been hitting the nuts with the arrows from
Yeah.
the archers.
I've been hitting the eye, in the nuts. Then they're not fun when they get you in especially the eye. Like when you get hit in the eye with one. I mean, I don't wear glasses and I don't wear contact, so I haven't got that sort of worry. But it is like having a thump to the side of the head.
Yeah.
But it happens. The flight of an arrow is, even for like a skilled archer, is never always a guaranteed thing, is it?
It's something.
Like wind affects it, especially those giant arrowheads. and you're a running target. I did have another great death. Which again, wearing one of the poly plates as a monster.
Yeah.
And like, I saw a couple of archers. One of them was eyeing me up, and I caught him in the corner of my eye. I turned and looked at him, and he sort of lowered his bow.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I've stopped and I've looked at you. I'm becoming a target here. So I just started taunting him, like, whee! And all of a sudden, it's just like, bam, an arrow straight to the chest. And it's just like, right, I'm just falling straight over backwards. That was into a puddle. But again, it's just that moment, it's like, you're giving that person, like, I've just been impaled on the chest. That's an instant down. I start bleeding out or whatever. So it's like, boom, splap. And then just lie there. So yeah, that was quite fun.
It's just reminded me of a death I watched you have. You just been healed, you were monstering again.
Oh, is this the one where
empowered?
Yes, I got empowered and I end up, I charged their line.
Yeah, I lost it. I lost all form of RP then, and I was just howling.
The thing is, that was the really horrible donut of death, wasn't it? That one.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously a lot of characters were lost that day. Yeah, that was interesting. But just doing that charge in again was pretty funny. I've done those charges a couple of times into Wintermark's lines. So I think they're starting to recognise the hammer, knowing that that's the crazy guy who will charge your line. And again, that was against, I think, when we were doing the Jotun last time. Good old, who was formerly Commandant Longtongue.
Oh, yeah.
Basically patted me on the shoulder and just told me to charge at that line, and had got a couple of guys in behind me, and we charged into where the Brass Coast and Wintermark lines were joined. But that's when I lost my sword, unfortunately.
I went for good.
Yeah, I lost. When I got because obviously I went in and got battered down. As I was getting sort of brought back up, my sword got caught onto something and basically lost the sword and the scabbard from my belt. Pulled the rivets out of the leather. So boom, that's now somewhere. But that probably would have broken the core, which is why I picked up a new sword.
Yeah.
So
it might turn up. You never know.
It might do. But yeah, I do have a lot of fun monstering.
Yeah, dude, the liquors experience is amazing. I think this again something they talked about on the podcast.
Yeah.
Was it just came out of nowhere, right? It's like, what are we going to call ourselves? It's the liquors.
Well, it's because he was saying, like, the way I want you guys to fight is really close up to each other. I want you to be in licking distance.
Oh yeah.
And the mob think just instantly went boom. Right, and you are now Long Tongue. We are the lickers.
Yeah.
And just that chant of I think, was it Callum?
Yeah.
Just kicked that off, and it's like boom. Yeah, we've basically a bunch of just regular players ending up coming out as if we're a goddamn ridiculous EMU. But just like one who is pretty vicious but sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. What we are, though, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. That's how I am, anyway.
The morale in that squad was so high. Like,
oh yeah,
and we were super effective as well.
And just, I love every time anyone was talking about Long Tongue, it was always either captain, he's like, I'm not the captain, or we called him general, and just started going through, like, calling him random ranks before it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's good. Because he was worried about getting in trouble or something for being called the wrong rank. Or
well, I don't think it was also just that. I think also, like, the fact we were, I wouldn't say raucous, but not a traditional sense. But I don't think it was anything that was RP breaking, really.
Yeah,
it might have been for some people, I think, but it's also that, like, we're also getting them riled up as well with all these, like, taunts and chants about. I think there was a marcher who was holding a potato in his mouth, and I told him I was going to taste that potato. So yeah. Oh dear, we have fun.
The whole point of the weekend.
Exactly. I've paid to go have fun and have a good time, see my friends who I haven't seen for ages, and
yeah,
hit nerds and get hit with sticks in the field.
Yeah.
And I love it. I wouldn't want a different hobby. I mean, it's an expensive hobby. It's probably cheaper than Warhammer, which I know Dave, Ian, and Good Dave have got it back into. I don't know.
It's a lot cheaper than Warhammer.
Yeah. It's like, you buy your kit, all the rules are online on the wiki. You don't have to buy a codec for your nation and a codec for the main game, and then a codec for the nation that you're playing against to find out what their rules are.
Just for that, pal, as I'm sat here looking at 40 models I've still got to paint.
It's alright. Oh, man. I think, well, one of the main things I think we all love in Navarre, apart from obviously, I mean, I'm guessing every person in every nation feels about their nation is they're the most welcoming group of people in the entire empire. I mean, I always feel welcome at any campfire in Navarre. I feel I could walk up to pretty much any campfire and just start talking to the people there. There's some nations I don't think I'd feel comfortable doing that. But, like I say, I think that's just because I'm not that nation.
Yeah.
But the one thing we all love, songs and stories. How were what were your preconceptions for it when you first read about it, or would talk to any of us about it? And what was your first experience like? And why do you love it so much?
Well, you know what my first thoughts of songs and stories were, because I said it to you.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I was saying next year, like, we're all sitting there, we're like all in awe, and I look over to Good Dave, and I don't know what was being. I don't know if it's someone telling us like a story or someone seeing, like, because obviously people from all over Empire come to Songs and Stories to perform, and like something, everyone has different tastes. So some people won't like certain styles of music or won't like certain styles of story or whatever. And I think it just something wasn't ticking your box while you were standing there initially.
No, it wasn't. It was my first time as well, and I literally just turned around to you and said, "I don't think this is going to be for me, do I? I'm not sure, mate." Yeah.
Yeah, you're like looking a bit confused. And it was like, I think Lloydie had gone off or someone had gone off to the bar with some money to go pick up some cider, and came back with a wine bottle sized bottle of one of the 2 feet ciders.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, so we were drinking that, and I think it's something that is put into that by the 2 feet guys, or I can't remember his name. I'm friends with him on Facebook as well. Justin, I think he's the guy who makes all the 2 feet cider. He puts something in that makes Songs and Stories just that extra level. Because I think it was after you had a sip of that, and then all of a sudden you got I think Dave's described it in regards to Ian, the glossy eyes.
Yeah.
Where it's like the combination of the lights, the fire, the music, the dancing, the people, everyone joining in, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just grabbed me hard, and now I can't get enough of it.
Yeah,
Can't get enough.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that. I was definitely like, yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to be for me. 10 minutes later, I don't think I left all night.
Yeah, I think you were there pretty much the entire night. I think we went for went to a couple of other bars in the nation. You're like, I'm just going to stay here.
Chilling.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The guys, people who do it and get up and perform, all of them, fair play to everyone.
Well, because obviously you've got Edwin, the voice of the nation, the head bard. You've got Sparrow, again doing his songs, his stories. Then you got I can never remember his character name, the Aragorn for Navarre.
I know who you mean, but I don't know his character's name either.
Yeah, I cannot remember it for the love of me, and I am so sorry. I'm really bad. I'm really bad with names in real life.
It's alright. He responds to Egregor, so it's
yeah. But yeah, he when he tells one of his stories, that's one of those ones I can never like walk away during. Like sometimes you're like, okay, I'm gonna go get something to drink. If he's telling a story, it's like I will never leave until the end because there's always something else. I mean, I always try to wait for the end of a performance if I'm there and want to go get something. It's like I will wait for the end of the performance because that's also polite and not rude.
Just basic manners.
Yeah, I'm not a dickhead, despite.
I don't know about that.
Well,
But like it is definitely like, so the people who go in the circle during Songs and Stories, they're giving it their all. Right?
yeah,
and
I'm so jealous of the people who have the confidence to do it.
We'll do it, Bung.
I know. I mean, I've got my acoustic bass sitting here. I've had it at LARP for the past 2 years, I think.
Oh, that I didn't know. I didn't know you brought it with you each time.
Yeah, it's been in my car since, I think it was probably the E4 of the first year we went. Was when I got that. I got this bass, and it's been either in my car or at our camp in our tent. But I've never taken it out because I just don't have the confidence with it. I'll take my drum out. I'm fine with that because you can blend in very easily with a drum. With an acoustic bass, it's very clear where the shit noise is coming from. Yeah. And just that I don't have the confidence to write anything, I think. Don't have
we'll get in a circle, Bang. I think part of it is sitting down and writing a song.
Yeah, writing a song.
And the
or
other
story.
part, even if you do have that song, you then got to step up into the circle, and that's a whole other thing, right?
Exactly. It's just having the confidence in the things that pop into my head. I listen to a lot of folk music as it is, and I always think this would actually make a really good film. You don't have to change. You have to change some of it to make it make more sense, to sort of not make it any sort of like like overtly gendered in negative ways or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that would really work, and actually like sit there and think about, that would work this way, that way, then the other. But then it's like, oh, but I don't think I'm good enough.
Yeah, I know that feeling all too well.
So, yeah, that's fun. Another Debbie Downer for everyone there. Sorry.
No, I think it's important to like bear that in mind, right? Like Ian has had a song he's wanted to perform for a while, and it has. I think he's really wanted to, but he's not had the courage to step up, or not felt prepared enough or something. But then Dave or Gel went up into the circle and he did his limerick. He's the only one of us so far that's been in the the circle.
He did his simple limerick. Boom. He also went to Empire Day. I think again he mentioned this in one of the earlier episodes and told a story round there.
Yeah.
And over the Long Dark, Dave has actually taken part in one of the virtual songs and stories.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Again, telling that story.
And I think like this has started the tide, right? I think now we've all seen it can be done. I think we'll all end up in that circle. That's my prediction. I don't know. I mean, I speak to Bungle and Ian and Dave more often. I don't know about you, good Dave, but I can see all of us going into the circle. Do you see yourself ending up there? Not your scene.
No, I'm not a performer. That's not my thing. So no, but I will definitely be cheering you guys on. No, I don't think I will be doing anything in there.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I think the whole confidence in performance. I mean, I've played in bands in the past, doing live gigs in pubs. Yeah, it's sort of standing up there. I feel like doing a gig in a pub it was late teens, early 20s. I had a lot more confidence then.
Yeah, right.
It's like, yeah, I can do this. And you're in the pub scene, so everyone's a bit shit. But it's going there. It's like, I feel everyone, just such a level of performance. My lack of talent, or whether it's just mental thinking that, or whether it's actually genuine, I could actually be horrible at doing things and think I'm
rule
alright.
Number one, though, right? Rule number one of Songs and Stories is you don't apologize. Like you just got to step up and do it. I think we'll do it, man. I think we talked about it briefly. I'd like to write a song. I've got a couple of ideas, and you can rock your acoustic bass, and we'll make it happen.
Right, man. Well,
Next event, let's do it.
Okay.
There you go. You heard it
Now,
here
now
first.
I'm wanting there not to be an E1. Thanks for that. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'd like to get in a circle myself. I think like Ian and I may get up there and perform his song next time.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'm really excited to see the circle again when it all comes together.
Yeah, definitely,
It's
man.
definitely a highlight of every event.
Yeah, definitely. Just, and especially like when it's the later night, it's coming towards time out. Just sitting there and just chilling out and enjoying the music until it all quietens down, and then it's out of character time, and then Wolfric's mum starts being sung.
Oh yeah. Set your watch by that.
Oh yeah. As soon as you hear that, it's like, boom, okay, it is time out. Oh, I can wear my trainers if I want to go to the bathroom now, rather than having to put my boots back on. All right. Well, I think I don't know. You guys got much else to mention or go on about?
No, I don't think I do. So
No.
Just trying to get back.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that is the main thing. It's like I cannot wait for everything to kick off once again. I think it'll be a really, really good thing, and it'll be lovely to actually see the people that I'm used to seeing around the place.
Yeah,
And
it's really weird seeing him.
yeah, I miss the nation's faces, man. So it's a shame we don't get to see him all the time. But oh well.
All right, spread out.
But yeah, well, I guess on that note, stay safe, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed our non-denominational holiday special of the Ashborn taking over.
Best episode there's ever been.
Yeah,
I
best
think.
episode ever been. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Also, one thing, because Dave will probably forget, thank you so much to the Patreons of the podcast. You make the hosting costs and everything like that less of a dent on Dave. I don't pay anything. I do his voiceovers for free. So, yeah. And if you're new to Empire, on our Facebook page, you have got the links to the to get, I think, £5 off your first booking. We've got the codes for myself, Dave, and Ian up on there. I'll speak to Dave about perhaps getting the rest of the Ashborn up there to make it a bit more fair. Now you've contributed to the podcast. May only be one episode. But yeah. And then you can also choose who your favourite one out of us is, and we get to have a little competition with it. Right. Groovy.
Oh, I didn't know about this favourite one competition business. I don't like me game.
All right, yeah, we'll get you on there then. We'll get Good Dave's code in there. So if you want to basically go, Good Dave is the best Ashborn, you use Dave's code. It'll only work if I think it's your first booking. But yeah, cool. Right here,
Cool.
people.
Yeah. I think the traditional way to end these things is strength to the Empire.
Strength to Navarre.
Wow.
And then it's
See-
the bong sound effect, and then I come in going, ah, well, no, that's that part of the story over. I'll carry on with this. So yeah, a little freebie for you all there. Right, thanks, guys. See you
Cheers.
next time.
Thanks, guys.
One of John's traps? Maybe we were followed. You grab John's crossbow. I'm sure he won't mind you borrowing it.